Good morning, guys. Good morning. Drop your questions. Confirm you can hear me. Confirm you can see the screen. If you have any pair you want me to analyze, please drop it in the comment section. Okay. If you have any pair you want me to analyze, drop it in the comment section. How has been your week? How has been your week? I hope it's been profitable. Let me know in the comment section. How has been your week? Let me know the pairs you're considering trading today. I'd like to know the pairs you are considering trading today and also to know your bias on those pairs. Kindly drop your bias on the pairs you're considering trading today. Welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. You're welcome. Start the class in a few minutes. I'm trying to notify others. Please confirm you can hear me loud and clear. Confirm you can hear me loud and clear. Confirm you can hear me loud and clear. Good morning, Joseph. Good morning. How you doing? Let me know what pair you considering trading today, and I'd like to know your bias on that pair. So let's go to business. Today is 7th of April, and expecting FOMC data to be released today by 7 p.m. 7:30, between 7:30 p.m. Nigerian time. So might likely see US go into a range. Okay, the price movement might not be that volatile today. Okay, it might not be that volatile because a lot of traders, institutions are waiting for this data to be released before they would execute their trades. So we might experience low volatility in the market. If you're trading before NFP or before FOMC data, ensure you manage risk properly. Ensure you manage risk properly. Don't over leverage. Okay. You could also consider trading cross currency pairs or you trade JPY pairs. Okay. Ensure you have good risk and money management. Okay. So let's go straight to the chart. Let's start by looking at DXY. My bias on DXY still remains bearish. My bias still remains bearish. I'm expecting DXY to come for this liquidity and also fill the fair value gap. Okay, that's my expectation on dollar index. Okay, so let's start with the daily time frame. Yesterday was strongly bearish. Strongly bearish, and today so far it's been a tug of war between buyers and sellers. It's been a tug of war between buyers and sellers. Okay, but let's see what we had on 4 hour yesterday after the close of yesterday market. What do we have on 4 hour? So you can see we had this on 4 hour. We had this fair value gap, 4 hour time frame. Has that gap been filled? Let's see. We had this on 4 hour yesterday. Okay, price has tested that fair value gap, but it has not filled that gap. So they might want to come fill this fair value gap before going bearish. Okay, they might want to come fill this fair value gap before going bearish. But as we can see here, price has tested this resistance level. It's tested this resistance level, and there was a strong rejection from that level. Can you see? Price tested this resistance. and there was a strong rejection from that level. And you can see what we have here. We had a spinning top indicating change in trend from bullish to bearish, and this candle closed as an engulfing candle. You can see that this is an engulfing candle, and I think after this engulfing candle, I think a fair value gap was created. Let's see that. And they are trying to fill that fair value gap. Let's see. So you can see a fair value gap was created here. Can you see this? Fair value gap was created here, and price entered, filled. Let's see 15 minutes. So it's most likely you can see the fair value gap on 15 minutes. So it's most likely they want to fill this fair value gap before going bearish. Okay, so if a bearish reversal pattern forms after this fair value gap gets filled, one can consider selling the dollar. Okay, one could consider going bearish on the dollar if after these gaps get filled, a fair value or a bearish reversal pattern forms, then you could consider going bearish on the dollar. Okay, let's see how the candle close after this fair value gap gets filled will look like. Okay, that is my take. Wait for the close of this candle. If a bearish reversal pattern forms, then you might consider selling. Like I said, they might want to go fill this fair value gap also. You can see this fair value gap here. So probably if price breaks out from this fair value gap, they will go for this fair value gap. That's what I see playing out on dollar index. I hope that is clear. I hope that is clear. That is what I see playing out. They might want to clear the liquidity residing at these previous highs, fill this fair value gap before going bearish. That's what I see playing out on dollar index. My bias still remains bearish for today's market. Okay, so let's look at yen basket. Yen basket. Yen basket. So on yen basket, I think yen is bearish. Let's start with the daily time frame. Let's start with the daily time frame. So you can see on the daily time frame, what do we have here? You can see yesterday candle closed bullish, and so far today, the yen has been bearish. As you can see, yen has been bearish. Price came back, filled this fair value gap. It's created here, and there was a strong rejection from that gap. So I think yen is bearish at the moment, and it's likely going to come for the liquidity residing at this previous low. That is what I see out on the yen. Yen is bearish at the moment. That means you should be looking for buys on JPY pairs. You should be looking for buys on JPY pairs, GBP JPY, Euro JPY, Australian dollar JPY, JPY pairs. You should be looking for buys. That is what I see playing out on yen basket. I hope that is clear. Okay, so that's my take. Okay. If there's any pair you want us to look at, let me know in the comment section. GJ is sell, Mr. Joseph. Let's look at GJ is sell. Let's look at EA. Let's look at EA. GJ is sell. Let's look at EA. EA. Okay. So yesterday candle, as you can see, we had what looks like an inverted hammer here. So I think this is a buy on EA. I think this is a buy. You can see we had a fair value gap here. We had a fair value gap here, though this gap has not been filled. So EA might still test this zone. Okay, EA might still come fill this fair value gap. You can see we also had a resistance here which became a support. So EA is likely going to come and fill this gap before going bullish. Okay, EA is likely going to come and fill this fair value gap before going bullish. What I see on EA. That is what I see on EA. Okay, let's see what's happening on 4-hour. So on 4-hour, okay, price is at a resistance level. Okay, price is at a resistance level. I also think a fair value gap was created after the formation of this pattern. So EA is likely going to sell. Let's see, let's go down to lower time frames. I think a fair value gap was created after the formation of this pattern, and price had to pull back to fill the fair value gap it's created at this point. Let's confirm. Let's go down to lower time frame. So we have, this is 1-hour time frame. Okay, let's see 15 minutes. That could be the reason for the pullback. Let's see 15 minutes. So on 15 minutes, you can see we have a fair value gap here. We also had a breaker block here. Can you see? We had a fair value gap here, and we also had a breaker block here. And I think price has tested this breaker. You can see, so EA, if I'm to take any trade on EA, it would be a sell. It would be a sell. If I'm to take any trade on EA, it would be a sell. Okay, it will be a sell at the moment. It is sell. Sell to this zone. My bias for EA is bearish. My bias for EA is bearish. My bias is bearish on EA. Okay, my bias is bearish on EA. GJ bullish, EA bearish. Okay, so that's my take on EA. Let's look at GU and GBP USD. And now I don't have to analyze USD CHF, Mr. Joseph. I don't have to analyze USD CHF. If you're looking for buys on EU, then you should know that USD CHF will be buys because it's positively correlated, sorry, negatively correlated with USD. If we are looking for buys on Euro USD, we should be looking for sells on USD CHF. And I shared my bias on USD CHF last night. I shared my bias on USD CHF that I sell. Okay, yeah, you are currently selling, yeah. USD CHF should be bearish, yeah, okay, cool. So GBP USD, I said we are expecting dollar to be bearish, so we should look for buys on USD, on GBP USD. So what do we have here? What can you see here? Liquidity residing at the low of Asian session has been cleared. Can you see that? The liquidity residing at the low of Asian session has been cleared. And if you go back left, if you go to your left, you would see we have a breaker here. Okay, price has tested that level, and we have a fair value gap here. They might want to fill this fair value gap. Okay, they might want to fill this fair value gap before going bullish. Okay. And price is like, if a bullish reversal pattern forms after this breaker block, or you call it a sandstone support. If a bullish reversal pattern forms, then you could look for buys. You could look for buys if a bullish reversal pattern forms after price has tested this previous resistance stone support. Okay, you could look for buys. That is what I see playing out on GBP USD. Liquidity has been cleared, and price has tested this previous resistance stone support. So wait for this candle to close. Okay, if it's a bullish reversal pattern, or you wait for price to close above the high of this bearish candle. Preferably 1-hour candle should close above the high of this candle before you take a trade. That's what I see playing out on GBP USD. Okay, and if you buy from this point, you should aim for this previous high, which is an area of liquidity. Okay, aim for this previous high, which is an area of liquidity. That's what I see playing out on GU. Look for buys. Okay, look for buys on GU and EU. That's what I see on GU. Look for buys. If this candle closes as a bullish reversal pattern, or you preferably wait for candle to close above the high of this candle, then you can buy GBP USD. I hope that is clear. So let's look at other instruments. Let's look at other instruments. Let's look at other instruments. Is there a pair you want us to look at? Let me know in the comment section. If there's any other pair you want us to look at, let me know in the comment section. So let's see Euro USD. Euro USD, this is 15 minutes time frame. Let's start with the daily. So you can see yesterday candle was strongly bullish. It was strongly bullish, and after that strong bullish move, you definitely should expect a retracement. Okay, a retracement to a fair value gap. I think a fair value gap was created after the formation of this pattern. Let's go down to 4 hours to identify that. So on 4 hour, you can see, what do we have here? On 4 hour, what do we have here on 4 hour? So you can see here we had a fair value gap. I think a fair value gap was created here. Price pulled back, filled that fair value gap, and this morning we had a fair value gap here. So they likely want to come and fill this fair value gap before going bullish on Euro USD. This gap, I think the gap has been filled. This gap has been filled. Okay, so we could see price retrace from that level. Let's go down to 15 minutes to see what's happening. So on 15 minutes, okay, you can see on 15 minutes, we still have a fair value gap here on 15 minutes time frame. Can you see this? We have a fair value gap here, and you can see this gap has been filled. Can you see the liquidity residing at the low of, I think this is the low session. The liquidity residing here has been cleared. Can you see that? The liquidity residing here has been cleared. So if a bullish reversal pattern forms after this gap gets filled, then you look for if a bullish reversal pattern forms, or you patiently wait for 1 hour candle to close above the high of this bearish candlestick before you buy. Okay, that's what I said on Euro USD. After price fills this fair value gap, you could wait. If the candlestick is a bullish reversal pattern, you could start buying Euro USD, or you wait for 1 hour candle. Okay, this will be a strong confirmation. If 1 hour candle closes above this high, that will be a strong confirmation. You could also go in if this current candle on 15 minutes closes as a bullish reversal pattern. I hope that is clear. So that's my take on Euro USD. Look for buys on Euro USD and also buys on GBP USD. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Drop a comment if you can hear me. If you have any question, if you have any pair you want me to analyze, please let me know in the comment section. Let me know in the comment section. Okay? Let me know in the comment section if there is any pair you want us to analyze together. Let me know in the comment section. Okay? Let me know in the comment section. 15 minutes candle respects the low of this previous 15 minutes candle, then we could see buys on Euro USD. Okay, so see what we have on 5 minutes time frame. A support has been created inside this fair value gap. A support has been created. You can see that support has been created. So it's likely going to buy from this point. If 15 minutes candle closes above this resistance it has created on 5 minutes, then we could see buys on Euro USD. I hope that is clear. If 15 minutes candle closes above the high of this candle, then we could see buys on Euro USD. Okay, so on 1 minute time frame, price it's been in a range on 1 minute. This is a range. This is the high of the range, and this is the low of the range. If price breaks out from the high of the range, it indicates that demand is higher than supply. Then you look for buys. Okay, if 15 minutes closes above these highs, then you could look for buys. I hope that is clear. That is what I see playing out on EU. Can you guys still hear me? Are you still here? Are you guys still here? Do you have any question? Do you have any question? Any question? Any question? Any question? Okay, so let's look at before we end this session. If you don't have questions or pairs you're interested in, then we'd have to end the session. Okay. Okay. Any question? Do you have any question? Any question? Okay, let's look at gold then. We'll call it a day. XAU gold. Gold. So gold, my buyers on gold, let's start with the daily, still remains bullish. My buyers on gold still remains bullish. Okay, my buyers on gold still remains bullish. I think gold is coming for this high. Okay, gold is likely going to come for this high. That's what I see playing out on gold. Gold is likely going to come for this liquidity. Okay, it's likely going to come for this liquidity. That's what I see playing out on gold. Okay, so there was a breakout from a resistance here. I think price has pulled back to test that. Price is trying to come and retest this out. Price is trying to come and retest this broken resistance. Okay, let's go down to 1 4 hour. Okay, so probably clear the liquidity residing at this low. Okay, then you can see the fair value gap below it, below this low. So it might come fill this fair value gap before going bullish. Okay, that's what I see playing out on gold. It might come fill this fair value gap before going bullish. The buyers on gold still remains bullish. Okay, so you could look at highs from this zone, then you could aim for high. Okay, you could use this as your TP. That's what I see playing out on gold. That's what I see playing out on gold. Okay. Gold is still bullish. Any question? Any question? Let me know in the comment section. Do you have any question? All right, all right, all right. I hope you give the video a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs up. Give the video a thumbs up if you haven't done that. And if this is your first time participating on the live stream, please do subscribe to the channel so that anytime I come on live, you get notified by YouTube. Thank you very much for participating, and I wish you all a profitable trading day. Bye for now.